So Donald Trump just got a rude awakening from the global stage, where his latest scheme to strong-arm allies just got checkmated by a unified front of world leaders. And specifically, the people of Greenland and our European allies are not playing around. They're drawing a hard line in the sand against what can only be described as a diplomatic shakedown. It's not looking good for the art of the deal. I mean, yeah. He has been floating this absolutely bizarre idea of purchasing Greenland, yes, the autonomous territory, from Denmark. Now, when this first came up, most people thought it was a joke or, I don't know, a stunt. But then, true to form, he doubled down. He threatened to impose massive tariffs on our NATO allies if they didn't facilitate this real estate transaction, which is, I mean, what are we doing? Now, interestingly, this isn't just about a real estate deal. This is about using the economic power of the United States tariffs as a weapon to force sovereign nations to sell off their territory. It's extortion, plain and simple, and the world isn't having it, not even a little bit. Now, usually you might expect some diplomatic hedging, some careful language, some "we're concerned," but take a look at what Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni said recently. This is kind of incredible because Meloni is often seen as ideologically aligned with right-wing populism. You'd think she might give him a pass. You'd think she might at least pretend to. But she went on the record and said the quiet part out loud. This tariff threat is a massive mistake. A massive mistake. Here, play this clip.
Volevo dirvi che la previsione.
I wanted to say that the prediction of an increase in tariffs against those nations that choose to contribute to the security of Greenland is, in my opinion, a mistake.
Secondo me è un errore e ovviamente non la condivido.
And obviously I don't agree with it. I agree with the attention that the American presidency gives, as I've told you many times, to Greenland, and in general to the Arctic, which is a strategic area.
E in generale all'Artico, che è una zona strategica.
I believe that at this stage, it is very important to talk to each other and that it is very important to avoid an escalation because we can work together to achieve an objective that is useful and necessary for everyone.
I mean, what are we doing here? Seriously. When you've lost Giorgia Meloni on a right-wing power move, you know you've gone off the deep end. She's calling it a mistake and begging to avoid an escalation. That is diplomatic code for, please stop this madness before you break the global economy. And I know that sounds dramatic, but that's what she's saying. But of course, the Trump administration seems to think they can just bully the European Union into submission. They think if they threaten enough taxes, Europe will just fold, that Europe's just going to shrug and go, all right, fine. Which is, I don't know, it's not how this works. But here's the thing. Then you had European Council President Antonio Costa come out, and he wasn't mincing words either. He made it very clear that the EU isn't just going to sit there and take it. He's basically saying, no, not happening. Watch what happens here.
If we want prosperity, we must open markets, not close them. We must create zones of economic integration, not increase tariffs. What we can say is that the European Union will always be very firm in defending international law, wherever it may be, and of course, starting within the territory of the European Union's member states. For now, I'm coordinating a joint response from the European Union's member states on this issue.
Firm in defending international law. You see what he did there? He's framing this not just as a trade dispute, but as a violation of international norms. And he's coordinating a joint response. That means they are organizing. They are mobilizing. And I'm just going to say it. When Europe starts coordinating, you're not dealing with some random tweet storm anymore. You're dealing with an actual block of power. But while the Europeans are being diplomatic, let's talk about Senator Ed Markey from Massachusetts. I love this guy. I really do. He is absolutely not playing around, not even pretending. You know, Democrats are often accused of being soft or overly polite. And sometimes, yeah, okay, that's fair. But Senator Markey went right to the heart of the matter. He didn't just attack the policy. He attacked the legitimacy of the man proposing it. Just straight for the jugular. Let me share with you what Senator Markey said recently. He calls Trump a wannabe king and a tax troll. And I gotta be honest, I like it. I like it. It's sharp, it's accurate, it's honestly overdue. Here, play this clip.
I'm here in Boston where the American Revolution started under the battle cry of no taxation without representation. Now, wannabe King Donald Trump says he's going to impose tariffs on our allies if they don't hand over Greenland, even though 75% of Americans are against it. Doesn't sound like representation to me. Donald Trump wants to be the tariff king, but he's nothing more than a tax troll with no legal authority to levy these tariffs, no support from the American people, and no support from our allies. Enough is enough. Trump is a walking, talking constitutional crisis. Every day he's allowed to be in the Oval Office. This must.
There you have it, folks. A tax troll with no legal authority. Ed Markey is cooking. He's pointing out the fundamental hypocrisy here, talking about America first, while 75% of Americans, 3 out of 4 of us, are against this nonsense. Against it. And if you're sitting there thinking, wait, is it really that high? Yeah, it is. Now let me break down what's really happening here, because it's easy to get lost in the back and forth, the he said, she said, the spinning, the drama. Number one, the people of Greenland have a say in this. They do. Number two, they're shouting no at the top of their lungs loudly, very loudly. Number three, Trump is ignoring them completely, just completely. It's the hypocrisy for me. It really is. It's okay when Republicans talk about sovereignty and borders here in the United States, but God forbid another country wants to maintain their sovereignty and their borders against a hostile takeover. Then suddenly it's, well, actually, we should be able to buy you. What? Take a look at this footage from Nuke, Greenland. This is what democracy actually looks like. Not a press conference, not a backroom deal, people in the street saying what they actually believe. Here, play this clip. Yankee go home. I mean, seriously? Seriously? Is this making America great again by alienating our allies and making the people of the Arctic hate us? Because that seems not great. That seems kind of the opposite. So what does this mean going forward? If Trump continues to push these tariffs, we are looking at a trade war not just with China, but with our closest allies in Europe. And Senator Markey is right. He likely has no legal authority to do this based on a real estate whim, or, I don't know, a tantrum. But that won't stop him from trying. And it won't stop the economic chaos that follows either, which is the part that's really scary. But if the EU holds firm, as Costa suggests, and if senators like Markey keep hammering the illegality of it, Trump might just find himself isolated, with no Greenland, no deal, and a wrecked economy to show for it. And then what? Then what do you even say? The world is uniting against the tax troll in chief, and Democrats like Ed Markey are leading the charge at home. Let me know what you think. Is this the art of the deal, or is it just a disaster? Hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching.